Hey, how's it going? How's everybody doing? It is Friday night. Been a long week as per usual. Anybody who is in the workforce does understand it is a long week, Monday to Friday sometimes. And yeah, it is going to be time for a beer tasting. As you can see, I got a lot of Aussie stuff surrounding me and in front of me here. I am still processing the death of the madman. Legendary, one of my freaking idols, my icons. I'm so saddened by this. Mind you, he was 76 years old and was very ill for a very long time. And the fact that he just was able to do this show 17 days before his passing, I still think that somehow, I mean, there was a lot of work put into this concert. It did not just happen in a week. It wasn't just something they threw together in 5 minutes and said, okay, let's do this on this date. No, there was a lot of work and things put into this show. So I honestly think that somehow he willed himself to live long enough to do this show because he didn't. He died so close after, but much like Lemmy Kilmister from Motorhead passed away 17 days as well, from what I understand from his last show. And but this was a big deal because this was a charitable show. $190 million was raised in the show. Ozzy, a lot of the bands, maybe all the bands. I'm not 100% sure. I don't want to misquote. 190 million dollars went to Parkinson's research and children's hospitals, charities for children's hospitals. So that is freaking amazing. So like good job, Madman, Prince of Darkness, whatever they want to call you, whatever you want to call yourself, you are legendary, and that was one rock and roll way to go out. So ill, he could not stand, he could not walk, or barely stand. He couldn't walk. Even had a lot of trouble speaking. He had a special device that was on his throat. From what I understand, that a lot of the vocals you were hearing were coming directly from his throat rather than out his mouth, like a normal singing, like normally singing. From what I understand, I don't want to be wrong about that. That's just something that I heard, and I did notice that some parts. I didn't watch the whole concert. I've watched clips and videos of things here or there, and there was some parts that did sound a little sort of robotic, but like it's still incredible that he did do this last show for all the people, all the fans that loved him, all the bands, everybody out there. It's one of those things I wish that some possible way I could have been there to see it. It would have just been, and no one knew. You knew it was coming. You knew he was right at the end there. You didn't necessarily expect him to die so soon, to pass so soon after that show, that final show. But it did happen, and it was just beautiful that he was able to do this last thing and did not make a dime off it, did not make a cent off it. Everything went to the charities. um, wonderful thing. It's just heartbreaking. And we did lose a couple other things. Hulk Hogan, of course. That's a huge part of my childhood. I wasn't into wrestling, into my adult years, but Hulk Hogan was a huge part of my childhood back in the day. He was a hero to me. Like Mr. T and all this other thing. I mean, I'm a big fan of the Rocky films, and my favorite of the bunch is. Sorry, something in my mouth. My favorite of the bunch is Rocky 3, which does have Mr. T and Hulk Hogan very predominantly. And the Hulk Hogan scene in that film, if you've never seen it, just Google Rocky 3 Hulk Hogan, or just Rocky Hulk Hogan, right? Like it's you're gonna only get that scene. It's the only time he made an appearance in the entire series, but it's a fun scene to watch. It's really well done. You know, the ultimate male versus the ultimate meatball, and then of course, and I apologize. I should have wrote down his name. I can't remember it. Jamal something Jamal, and I apologize with no disrespect at all. Played Theo on the Cosby Show, and he passed away. I believe it was the same day Ozzy passed away, and in a certain degree that his passing might have even been more tragic, as he was on vacation. He was only a few years older than myself. I think he was 54. I'm 52, but he might have been a little bit older than that. I'm not sure. But yeah, and he was on vacation and drowned, which is extremely heartbreaking. You know, like you're there with your family, you're having a good time, enjoying yourself, and then something horrible, super horrible that is not foreseen happens. You know, you're on your plane, you're going somewhere expecting a great time, and then one of the worst things that could ever happen happens. You know, whereas Ozzy was very ill, stage 5 Parkinson's, and so everybody kind of knew it was coming. Wow, this is like a whole other video. It's supposed to be a beer tasting video, and I just sort of went off in another direction. But yeah, I'm talking about this, whatever. Hulk Hogan, the same thing. Like all these wrestlers back in the day that did so much steroids, so many injecting all these things in their body, and they've all passed away. The fact that Hulk Hogan survived until 71 is actually pretty amazing, all things considered. You know, Macho Man, all this Junkyard Dog, all these guys, you know, that did all these things. And well, I don't know, maybe I just threw Junkyard Dog in there because I know he passed away. That might have been, he might have died from an accident. I'm not entirely sure, but a lot of these people did die. These wrestlers did die from all the steroids that are putting into the body. It weakened their heart over time. So it's very sad, but you know, like that was something that eventually it was going to catch up with Hulk Hogan, and it did. And you know, and I'm not making light of it. I'm not making fun of him. Like I said, I was never a wrestling fan into my adult years, really. But Hulk Hogan did play a huge part of my childhood, so that was really sad. And in terms of the Cosby Show, I watched it a little bit when I was a kid, but it's just the fact that he was a celebrity, people loved him, and just he died so unfortunate in an accident, um, drowning. It's just sad because had he done something different 5 minutes earlier, he might not have been in that place in the water at that time and would still be with us today, you know. So that's really sad too. And the Aussie thing, he was very ill for a very long time. But to be fair, in terms of numbers, he did outlive Hulk Hogan, who was a bodybuilder and athletic and stuff. And Ozzy, well, he wasn't. Anyway, let's get on to some more happy stuff. Let's get into this beer tasting. We're already 7 minutes into this, and all I've done is make it very, very depressing. Let's correct that. Let's go a different direction. This is Manitoulin Island Split Rail Brewing Company, and I had an introduction to this video, and I totally forgot because I was so busy setting shit up. And my whole thing is I was gonna wave this in front of the camera and just go, all aboard! And I didn't, so I fucked that up, and I'm sorry. So there, you sort of got what I was planning on doing and didn't end up doing. It just hit me while I was doing this. I was like, oh my God, I fucked up the whole beginning. But, oh well. You sort of got an idea of what I was going to do. And I failed you. I failed you. Punish me by subscribing if you haven't already. Punish me by leaving a comment and a like. That would be ultimate punishment. Actually, no, that would not be punishment. That would actually be really appreciated. But yeah, I really wish I remembered that beginning because I had a lot of fun sort of pre-practicing it in the camera before I started recording, and then my mind went, and yeah. So anyway, 9 minutes in, and I haven't even really mentioned the beer that much. Okay, let's get into the beer now. Okay, Split Rail Brewing Company. This is from Manitoulin Island in Ontario. It is, this one's called Loonsong Oats Stout. Dark and luscious with layers of coffee, molasses, burnt chocolate, and hints of soft, smoky sweetness. This smooth stout features organic oats from Loonsong Farms. This is 4.7% alcohol. Manitoulin Brewing Company, right there. And I've had a few beers from this company as my nephew lives in Manitoulin Island, and Tracy, my wife, often, well, not often, but from time to time goes up and visits and grabs a few beers. Now I'm wondering if this is actually supposed to be hers, but she doesn't really drink anymore, so this gives her a boo boo tummy. But so I'm gonna drink it anyway, and I'll leave some in the fridge for her because she'll be home shortly, and I'll be out bike riding. So anyway, let's open this one up. Anything on the back? No, no, not really. It's another loon. There's a loon, and for you from the States, as a lot of people that do watch my channel are from the US, um, that's why we call our dollar coin the loonie, because it has a loon on it. Just so you know. All right, let's open this up. It's a stout, and most people that do know my channel well and see my tasting videos know I am not really a big fan of stouts, but we'll see if this one's a little bit different. There are the odd stouts I do taste, and I'm like, oh, this is actually surprisingly good. I know stouts are big. A lot of people like them. I'm not a huge fan of dark beers like that, stouts, porters, and that sort of thing. But let's see how this goes. It's a big bubble. That smells like a stout. So let's see how it goes. Let's see how it pours. All right. It's very dark, as a stout is expected to be. I'll go this side. I usually drink my left hand in the video. I'll go this way. It's got that coffee taste. See, I don't like coffee either. I like espresso and things like that, or cappuccinos, lattes. But just a cup of coffee, I don't like. I've had two in my life that didn't have added flavor and stuff like sweeteners and shit in it. So that's probably part of why I don't like stouts. It just kind of tastes like coffee to me. It's actually not that bad. It is sweet for a stout. Let's say molasses, okay, burnt chocolate, hints of soft smoky sweetness. There is a smoky taste to it. Absolutely. Like I'm getting that. No, you know what? It's a stout, but it's good. I like it. I actually do really like this beer. It's good. Which, like I said, doesn't really happen with stouts because I've never really been a big fan of them. But yeah, this is a good one. Good job, Split Rail Brewing Company. Yeah, this I don't know if this is going to be a clickbait picture or not because I might just there's a lot going on in the background with all the Aussie stuff. And yeah, I only have 4 Aussie records left, and I don't know where I'd put the couple Black Sabbath records I have, but probably also because most of my Aussie stuff is on CD. So at this point, same with the Black Sabbath stuff. But yeah, I'm not sure if I'm gonna just do a posed picture after. Or, I don't know. I'm gonna throw some Aussie up there because he's Aussie and he's gone, sadly. Anyway, oh, there is a little. Oh no, this is just a Split Rail. Split Rail has this little blurb on the side about the history of their brewery, and I always think it's like, like Flying Monkeys always has like a little story, and yeah. So I don't mean to pitch another beer while I'm talking about this company, but there's always another story or something on there, and that's what I thought it was. Anyway, yeah. Sorry, going back to this beer itself. Yeah, I'm sort of trailing like in different directions, but. No, it is actually a really good stout. Like I said, I'm not a fan of stouts overall, but this one is good. Would I get this one again? Yeah, I would really enjoy this. Getting another one of these if I'm ever make my way to Manitoulin Island. Usually Tracy goes there, and it's like, alone at last. And then I hear meow meow, and the cats start fighting. I'm like, okay, maybe I should have went. But yeah. But yeah, I would definitely have this again. I did enjoy it. I am enjoying it because still lots left. But yeah, I would. In terms of stouts, I would probably rate this about an 8, which is very rare because even like Guinness, in my opinion, is like a 4 to me because I just don't like it. But this is good. This is actually really good. I'm really happy Tracy picked this one out, and I'm enjoying it. And I will enjoy the rest of it. If you watch this all the way to the end, thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed, if you're just wandering across this video by chance and you would like to do that, I would really appreciate it. Just trying to get up to 1,000 subs. Been here 4 years, but I'm not monetized. I'm just a little wee man on the internet. Out of all the millions of people on YouTube, I'm just one of the little guys on the bottom, not making any money, just having some fun and posting videos. But if you want to help me get up to 1,000, just so I just spit, just so I can say that I've got 1,000. That'd be really helpful and nice, and I would appreciate that. Anyway, if you want to like, comment, do all that fun stuff, talk about beers you like, and if you live in Ontario or around the Toronto area, and there's beers around that I might be able to get a hold of, and you have suggestions, I am absolutely 100% about finding those beers myself. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I guess until the next one, bye.